I am up and out of the accommodation early today because my bus changed its time from 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Well, basically it cancelled, so I had to rebook. But I've checked out. I'm still missing my comb and my padlock. I've looked in lost property but can't find it. I have managed to pick up a little bit of breakfast because she's already setting it out. But it looks so cute. I've come outside. But she's now doing like Easter stuff and chocolate. So I'm very jealous I can't get that. I just grabbed a croissant, a dry croissant. But it is what it is. I did order a pre-receipt but with plenty of time. It arrived and then I put my bag on it because it was on the table. I came out and it drove off. And then it still charged me the full price, so I was fuming. So I've managed to get a refund. Well, I hope I've managed to get a refund. I managed to claim for a refund. But literally, it charged me full price for a 1 minute journey. It literally took her, started the journey and then ended it on the next street over, which is rude in itself, but yeah. Just arrived to Byron Bay of Nomads, which is called Arts Factory, and so far it's got very different vibes to all the other Nomads, and it's a little bit off-putting, let's say. I've dropped off my luggage, but I am going to go change into a summer costume, put some sun cream on and a lighter dress because it is hot today. It's already 28 degrees and it's just after 11. They're not letting me check in despite them emailing me telling me to check in early. So that's a little bit annoying. But I've been looking at the weather and it's supposed to be hot, hot, hot all week. And when I go to Uluru, it's 35, which is going to be very hot. So I've got changed, I put my summer costume on, put on like a daytime summer dress, which is usually like my pool lounging around outfit. But it's hot today, like I said. But yeah, managed to get a bottom bunk. Checked in just before 1. So about 2 hours early, which was nice of them. And put all my stuff away. I'm not using the backpack today. I'm using my little waterproof bag because my shoulders are killing from wearing the backpack the last 2 days. But yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna like this place too much. It's got very different vibes to everything else that I've been at. Very hippie, and I'm not hippie at all. It's a weird one. There's men walking around practically naked. People are definitely doing drugs. There was a girl who was actually lovely, but she's got like the thickest blanket on and like 3 layers of clothes, and it's roasting. And she says she's hungover. So I think I'm going to try and stay out of the hostel as much as I possibly can. I am going to head into Byron Bay itself now. I'm not particularly hungry, but it's also a 1 hour walk to the Lighthouse, so I might have a little snack or an ice cream or something, then walk to the Lighthouse and then have a late lunch, early tea on the way back down. So yeah, I think that's my plan. This is literally the busiest place I've been, so when I arrived I was quite overwhelmed, to be honest. So I decided to go to one of the restaurants and get some lunch. Just like yesterday, there's a 15% increased charge because of Easter weekend, which I don't really get, but hey ho. Especially when today is Saturday of Easter weekend. Saturday doesn't mean anything because it's Good Friday, Easter Sunday, Easter Monday. Saturdays are like a mute day. But anyway, so it ended up costing me 26, which is like £13 for a kid's meal and a drink. So it wasn't the end of the world, and I'm full because the portions here are massive, but still more than I was anticipating. Anyway, I've walked that side of the beach and now I'm walking the other way. I'm getting quite warm, so I'm fancying an ice cream. So we'll see if I can find anywhere on the coast. But it's so busy. The sea is actually really warm. So I think if I hadn't have brought like all my valuables in my bag, I would definitely be going swimming. But what I'm going to do is going to leave all my valuables at the hostel tomorrow, and then I'll go swimming in the sea after the dolphin kayak, which is somewhere around here. I should probably find out where it is. And then I'll go for a swim in the sea then. I might go in the pool later today. I was just speaking to one of the girls who's just done the kayaking, and it's really difficult that she's just done, but I'm doing it tomorrow morning, and she says she saw so many dolphins, like a whole family. There was loads of them. She said they came right up to them and also swam underneath the kayak, so she said it was amazing. I was told to see the dolphins more so in the morning, so I'm very much hoping that they're still there in the morning, because mine's the 9:30 one, not the 12:30 one, but we'll see. I walked all the way from one side of the beach to the other, and my ankle is kind of throbbing now, but this is the area where there's like rocks, so it's a little bit more wavy, so clearly this is where all the surfers sort of collect. Now I'll be honest, I've been watching for about 10 minutes and there's not very many people catching waves at the moment. I don't think the waves are very good, so yeah, it's not been the most exciting thing to watch. I was kind of saying this the other day, like it's really difficult because you don't know when there's going to be good waves and not. And sometimes they like get a wave they think is going to be good, and then it like completely fizzles out. So it's interesting. think I must be like completely oblivious to snakes, because I've still yet to see one here in Australia. And just then everyone's staring at this tree saying that there's a snake in the tree above the shower, and I'm looking and I can't see it. So yeah, there's that. So maybe they're all around and I just can't see them. But I'm about to do the Lighthouse walk, which is quite uphill, so I'm probably going to be out of breath. But I have just seen the most amazing thing. We've just been watching dolphins on the coastline. There was a pod of about probably 20-30 dolphins, and it was amazing. Like, honestly blew me away. Then about 10 minutes later there was another pod, and they met in the middle, started playing, and then there was a couple more, like a smaller, well, I thought it was just a lookout group, because there was only like 2 or 3, but everyone else said it was a smaller pod, an even smaller pod. So there was like 3 pods playing around, and the ones by like the coastline itself were like flipping, surfing, literally surfing the waves, spinning around. It was amazing. I don't know if I caught it on camera, because obviously the camera isn't good as your eyes, but it was beautiful. And if I can see anything like that tomorrow on the kayak, I'm going to be blown away. For those that don't know, dolphins are my favourite animal, and I've always said if I ever was to die and come back as an animal, I would want to be a dolphin. So yeah, let's head up to the lighthouse. There's more dolphins. This is crazy. Someone who already walks pretty slow, I think this is going to be the slowest walk ever, because I'm just stood here watching this pod of dolphins. I'm blown away that people are walking past and don't really care, because they see them every day. Coming with me on this entire walk. I've now come back to the next week, and I'm still coming on Downpour. We finally met some Australians that were excited by the dolphins. Everyone else was like, meh. But they said that whenever they see them, they always get excited, which is good. It is currently sprinkling. My hair is sticking to my sun cream as usual. Oh, very annoying. It's currently sprinkling. It's very light, but there wasn't any indication of rain. There wasn't any clouds in the sky. There wasn't anything on the forecast. So I have got my waterproof bag, but I haven't bought my waterproof cagoule. Just an FYI, this redness on my shoulder is not sunburn. It's from wearing my bag on my shoulder when it's supposed to be held by my hand. Look what I can see. Probably one of the world's most famous lighthouses, I think. It's definitely one of the ones I've heard about the most, because Australia's obviously been a big bucket list thing for me. But yeah, I made it. Almost made it. It technically says on this sign that the whales start between April and November, but it's like the very first few days of April, so I think it's a little bit too early, unfortunately. Although I would love to see whales. Every time I go on holiday I seem to like miss the season by like a couple of weeks. How well it will pick up on camera, but I think we got quite lucky with the rain because I was watching the beach and you could literally see where the water was running, like the rain was falling, going down to the beach. Also, I think I came at a good time because it was quite quiet when I arrived, but now it's really busy. But there's a very annoying girl. Everyone else has been really respectful and sort of staying at the edges, and she's literally just stood and sat in next to the building itself. So, like, she's in everyone's pictures. Like, why would you do that? Which beach this is, but it's completely empty. But anyway, I was just thinking, I don't think I updated last night, but when I got back, they started to say got my first course and didn't finish it. Really nice again, so I wonder if they do pasta every night, which is a bit weird. But it was pasta and cheese sauce, which I've never That beach is actually called Tallow Beach, which is actually restricted. They don't recommend swimming there because they're trying to protect it for the wildlife, so they actually don't man it and lifeguard it, which is interesting. And I was going to say for sunset, but actually driving down on the bus, the clocks went backwards an hour, forwards an hour, so sunset is actually an hour later, and I'm not going to stay up for that long. I decided to do the round route, which is what was recommended on Google, and this is called Tallow Ridge, and I would not recommend it at all. It's like a rainforest with nothing to see, massive steps the whole way down. First of all, I had to go up for ages. Now I'm going really down for ages. They're so steep, my ankle's killing. I've not seen a single other person. Do not recommend. I scared it away, it was right on the path. But it's an echidna in the wild. Oh, it was right here. So close. And now it's moved up there. Oh, that's annoying. This route has been absolutely horrendous. It's only just got nice. And it's like over half the distance down now, but it has been made a little bit brighter by seeing an echidna in the wild again. I saw one in Melbourne, and then obviously at the zoo, but this is the first wild one I've seen since Melbourne. So how nice! It was right here, and I had my phone in my bag because it was getting wet, so it took me a while to get it out, and as I was getting it out, it scuttled away. Oh, it was so close. And it had the cutest little face. Now what we need is a koala, and it'll literally make my day. I've made it out alive. Do not recommend this path. Do not go. I'm not going to show the woman behind me too much because she's come out of the water without a bra on. It's not a nude beach. I don't know if she's lost it or she went in like that, but anyway, I don't really want that on my camera. I was a little bit confused where I came out of because I was supposed to come to Captain Cook's Lookout, and I thought it'd be more of like a lookout, but it just brought me down to the beach, and then I was like, oh my god, where am I? Turns out we're at like basically where I started. I started over here on that little island there. That's where I walked up and saw the dolphins for the first time. So I now need to walk all the way back to get some food from the restaurants. It's almost 7 o'clock, so it's late. So I don't think I'm going to have time to go swimming when I get back. I think it'll be a quick shower and bed because it's about half an hour walk away from the restaurants, and the restaurants are a good half an hour walk from here, if not longer. But at least I can watch the sunset over the sea. I feel like this is absolutely the Instagram side. This, on the other hand, looks like I'm about to be covered in rain. This is absolutely hideous. So I was walking back and I decided I was going to go to a Thai, and then when I got there, really excited, it was absolutely packed and everyone was really fancy because I forgot it was A, Saturday night, and B, Easter weekend, so bank holiday weekend. Anyway, so I was going to get a takeaway, but then all the takeaways were really expensive because they had like a $5 delivery charge and they were all like an hour. So the last place I saw that was like a takeaway-ish place but somewhere to eat was this Mexican. So I got a quesadilla. It was the worst quesadilla I've had all trip, probably worst ever. It was not nice, and now it's chucking it down with rain. You can probably see how wet I am. I'm absolutely soaked. I'm trying to hide out under a tree, but it's not really working, so I think I'm going to try and put my phone away and make a dash for it. I've got a 15-minute walk left. Ugh, this is rubbish. I came back absolutely soaked and freezing cold, so I jumped in the shower to warm up. I've now got my pyjamas on, but I'm also sat like in bed with my jumper on because I'm so cold. Everything's soaked. My bag got drenched all the way through. I've got all my electronics out, so I'm drying those on my bed, but there's no plugs. So I do have this one here, but it's broken. It doesn't plug, it doesn't turn on, it doesn't stay still. So there's 4 plugs over there, but they're all being used at the moment, so I'm a little bit screwed.